morning, cyber friends. Merry Christmas to everybody. This is Mitty Man coming back at you from Walker's Music. Yet another word for the day. Gonna give a shout out to the YouTube fam from Baby Justice all the way up to Big Papa JT, well as Mama JT. Y'all know the routine. We love you. There's nothing too much you can do about it. Also to the Kingdom Knowledge Gang, brother LA, brother Elder Michael McCray, brother PP Drawing, brother Hottencliff, brother JT, Papa JT, Orange Flavor, Sister Hot Yoga. We give y'all your honor. End Time Harvest Gang. There you go. I want to say Merry Christmas, like I said to everybody, but I got something. I sat down this morning and I was listening to one of my old favorite songs from Otis Redding called Merry Christmas Baby. And I was just sitting there listening to it. I got up with it. I was thinking about it, and I told my wife this morning, I said, you know, we don't never hear that no more. In other words, they don't play good music on the radio stations, especially in this area anymore. But at any rate, I was sitting there and I was listening to it. Matter of fact, for those of you that may not know what I'm talking about, I'm going to play a little bit of it just for you to hear it. And maybe you'll understand. This is the one I'm talking about right here. Merry Christmas, Baby. This is by Otis Redding.
Merry Christmas, baby. Should he treat me nice?
Merry Christmas, Baby.
Merry Christmas, baby. Should
One of my favorites. Say he feel like he was in paradise. Yes. Feel mighty fine. Got music on his radio. Alright. That's enough. That's enough. At least now I think I've maybe have sparked a few people's memory. Old brother Otis Redding we lost him a long time ago, back in the 60s. I believe it was in the 60s when he got killed in a plane crash in Wisconsin. And actually, I think it was in the late 60s he got killed, or maybe in the early 70s. Not sure right now, but I know he did get killed in a plane crash in Wisconsin, and his plane went down and everything, you know. But this guy was a great singer, and matter of fact, he lived about 22 miles east of me in my hometown, in a place called Dawson, Georgia, and that was his hometown. Now, a lot of people would say, if you look him up, they'll say Macon, but they moved from Macon as a child. Him, his father and mother, and they moved to Macon as a child, but he was originally from Dawson, Georgia. But at any rate, I was listening to that, and then this morning, and then I got to thinking, one man told me to go to YouTube. I normally go to YouTube and check things out to see if anybody made any new videos or whatnot, to try to find something. Like I said, that's been something like on the, I don't never see any of the regular videos that I used to see. So I just kind of just check the main landing page out and see. So this morning, something caught my eye. Topic caught my eye. He said that I don't hate Jesus, I hate Christians. And so that kind of sparked my curiosity, in which when I looked at the title of it, I knew immediately that this here author was probably not saying hate Christians in the word that we call hate. I don't think that he was speaking mainly of that. It was the hypocrisy. I believe that's what I thought from the very jump. And I went and I spoke and I read and I looked at the video, the entire video, and my suspicion was correct. The person was speaking of the hypocrisy, and I agree with that 100%. When he was speaking of Jesus being the only way, And he said, if that's supremacy, then so be it. That's not supremacy. That's the truth. But I don't understand why people are so upset with that statement, because that is the truth. The guy told the truth. And Jesus stayed on those Pharisees and those scribes for their hypocrisy. And that's one thing. Matter of fact, I was speaking to my wife just yesterday about this is the reason why a lot of people do not want to come into the church, is because of the hypocritical attitudes and the lifestyle of the one that's so-called in the church. So, that's a wake-up call, that video, to all Christians. He's not saying he hate Christians, not a true Christian. He's talking about the hypocrisy. That's what I believe this person is talking about, people. And what we need to do, Jesus said every tree is known by its fruit. And really and truly, we are supposed to follow him, not nobody else. We don't supposed to follow nobody. He said follow him. Jesus said that himself. This is 100% on point. So this is the question that we must ask ourselves. Now, when we start talking about Christians, listen, people, Jesus never said anything about no Christian. The believers were first called Christians at Antioch. Remember, they were called Christians. That's what the believers of Christ, the followers of Christ, were called that first at Antioch. So Christianity was the name that was given to the followers of Jesus by a group of people. Now, mind you, I don't mind people calling me a Christian. I don't mind people calling me a Christian. No. If they see me and they see the work of Christ coming through me and decide that they want to call me a Christian, I don't have no problem with that. But I am a believer of Jesus Christ first. Now, you can call me anything else you want to call. And sometimes people will call you something else too. And then y'all know what I'm talking about. But at any rate, we all could look at that video and really hear what the guy is saying. It's the hypocritical ways and attitudes that some of us display that turns people off of the church, turn people off from Christ. Because we are not portraying exactly what Christ said portray. The humanitarianism of Jesus, the way, the lifestyle of Jesus. Jesus did everything. He did it for an example for us. So when we are sitting down backbiting and talking about each other and doing all this stuff that is not lined up with the word of Christ, then we are hypocrites. Can't help but say the truth. And like he said, Jesus is the only way. Now, if we say that's supremacy, then so be it. That's supremacy. Because that's not supremacy. That's what you say. But that is just the truth. Jesus is the way, the only way to the Father. He said that in his word. If you're going to believe the word, then that's true. That's no supremacy. That's not being supremacist. That's telling the truth. If you're going to believe the words of Christ. And as the guy said, if you don't think Christ was completely nuts and crazy, then you got to believe him for what he said and for what his word said. So, if he wasn't crazy and if he wasn't off his rocker, then his word must be the truth. Come on, people. Oh, yeah. I understand what the guy's speaking of. And I'm just saying, I'm praying and hoping that's how come I always say a tree is known by its fruit. This is how come it's very, very important that we live the life that we confess. And when we walking in the light, as Jesus was the light, he said, we need to follow. Now, does that mean we perfect? No. But it's our heart posture. I want to follow Christ. I strive to do everything that he wants me to do. Even when I mess up, it don't mean that I like it. It just meant that I'm human and I messed up. Now, I got to ask God. I got to ask him forgiveness. And the Holy Spirit to lift me up and drive me in the right direction. That's what it's all about, people. The heart got to be right with God. And if that is right with God, in other words, I think it tells us in the word, don't it? None is good, not one, only the Father. But he that is led by the Spirit, the same is what? The sons of God. That's what he said. So when we must walk by the Spirit, and we what? We will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Now, still doesn't mean that we are perfect. That means our heart is right with God. Our mind is right with God. Our aim and focus and purpose is to what? follow him. With that being said, remember, Many Man said, whatever you get or whatever you get into, if God is not in it, it's best that you come out of it. Merry Christmas to everyone and to all. Have a very, very safe and prosperous new year. In the upcoming year, is my hope. It's Many Man hope for everyone. Let us follow Christ. This is Many Man saying peace and goodbye.